Good afternoon, sir. My name is Giancarlo Disunyo. This is my oral recitation. Number 1. Explain the table of stages of execution of the murder, homicide, paradise, and infanticide. Execution with the crime, murder, homicide, parasite, infanticide. So, first row says there and date result yes. The intent of kill is specium, crime, the murder, homicides, parasite, infanticide. Ang tinatawag na intent to kill, which is very important element to prove the crime, is the intent to kill. Kasi pag walang intent to kill, you do not speak of murder, homicide, parasite, infanticide. So ang intent to kill, example, kung ang tao ay namatay or kung ang biktima ay namatay, is presumed under the law, meaning o presume na siyang nag-exist in towards pagdating ng actual trial. The prosecution did not prove the existence of the so-called intent to kill because it is assumed that killing that so-called intent to kill is. The next column is the gravity of the wound, mortal wound, of course, a mortal wound, and the cause ng pagkamatay, and otherwise, kung hindi na siya mortal wound and then may pagkamatay, so walang tinatawag natin na proximate cause. So the next situation, so there in intent to kill and then non-mortal. Pag sinabing non-mortal, that is not sufficient to cause death. So therefore, that differentiates prostrated from attempted murder, homicide, parasite, infanticide. That's the gravity of the wound. Now, there's still what we call the attempt, even there is no wound, kahit na walang sugat, na mayroon lang ay overt act. So for example, gamit ang kanyang baril o A fired upon B. So hindi natamaan si B pero na-probe niya na mayroong intent to kill. So pag probe ang intent to kill, that is still attempted. Therefore, you have to look to situation or attempted. If PH ay so basta ang basic, there has to be intent to kill, and then may wound man o wala ay wound should be an important so that attempted. Number 2. Differentiate robbery with force upon things and robbery with violence against for intimidation of person in the terms of consummated states. Robbery or theft, there is no frustrated, there is only attempted and consummated. Both is about talking of personal property of another with intent to gain. So ito yung pagkuha ng personal property, at pag sinabing personal property, that is the property that is movable. Iba yung tinatawag na real or movable property, gaya ng mga building, yung lock or some other cannot be moved. Therefore, subject for robbery at tsaka theft, tinatawag na personal property, meaning they are movable, so that personal property belongs to another, and then mayroong tinatawag na intent to gain on the part of the offender. Ito yung pinaka-intent hinahanap, kailangan i-probe kasi may mga pagkuha ng isang property na wala namang intent to gain from the part of the offender. Therefore, they cannot liable for robbery or theft depending on the situation. So that is use of force of violence, the crime of this robbery there for violence, but the crime is theft, that is force of violence. Number 3. Differentiate the two types of rape in the Philippines. Number 1. Rape has traditionally been defined as the forced penetration of a woman by male assailant. Most states' laws, however, have abundant this narrow definition of sex offense of favor for gender neutral or broader term, sexual assault. This refers in a genital, oral, or anal penetration by a part of the perpetrator's body or by an object using force without the victim's consent. Number 4. Explain when rape by sexual intercourse becomes attempted and consummated. There is a consummated rape by sexual intercourse. There is what is called as mere penetration of the penis into the pudendum or vulva o ang pinakatitignan natin dito ay mula sa labio, madhura, so kahit slight penetration lang, that is already considered as conservative rape o kailangan natin na masabi na there is attempted rape o so let us consider as instance of attempted rape. So let us consider as instance of attempted rape that skirts of the victim is being left in other matters what position and the accused mounted on the body of the victim. Ibig sabihin sinakyan niya ang babae and then there what is called as epidermal touching of the genital organs of the accused. And then between, kumbaga, merong touching pero walang penetration. So nagtagpo ang penis o vagina sa biso-biso lang, walang prostrated, walang nasa gitna. So it's either attempted or consummated rape. Number 5. Explain the meaning of penetration is consummated rape. The penetration, no matter how slight, of the vagina or anus with a body part of object of oral penetration by an sex organ of another person without the consent of the victim. Number 6. Differentiate attempted rape from the acts of lasciviousness. Differentiate attempted rape from the lasciviousness. So may differentiate na rin sila true and the code intent to. In this case, there's intent to have carnal knowledge or sexual intercourse. So let's consider the two situation, attempted rape and then abuse business. Walang nangyayaring penetration kasi pag may nangyayaring penetration, do not speak of attempted rape or acts of lasciviousness, it is consummated rape. So pero in the case attempted rape, there is a what we call epidermal touching of penis and vagina. In the case of acts lasciviousness, there's soon no intent to have carnal knowledge or sexual intercourse. Number 7. Stage or execution of arson. Arson is said to be consummated as any part of the building is burned, even only a small portion there is consummated. Ibig sabihin ng part of the building, sa lahat ng mga bagay sa loob ng building or house, a part of building. So pag sinabing part of the building, mula sa room, ceiling, wall, window, door, floor, loaded, yun tinatawag na part of the building. Pero yung lamisa or upuan at iba pang parte doon, hindi ito sila tinatawag na part of the building, but they are accessory to building. So kung yun ang masunog, do not speak of consummated kasi ang pinag-uusapan dito ay consummated. Any part of building is burned even if only a small portion, kahit maliit na portion, that is already consummated. Basta nasunog ay part of the building, even if when we had discovered by the owner it was successfully put out by owner, already consummated. So kailangan natin masasabi na merong frustrated if tools used alone are on fire. So example, yung mga gasolina and valves na may gasolina, nasunog yun pero wala pang parte ng building na nasunog. So furniture gaya ng salaset or lamisa or thing attached to building is on fire. Yung mga bagay na hindi naka-attach sa building pero may mga bagay na naka-attach gaya ng tap air conditioner, naka-attach yan sa building, so kung namasunog, yan, that is consummated kasi sabi dito not attached to a building. So tools alone are on fire. Furniture or thing not attached to a building is fire. Pag sinabing attempted, those to be used committing the crime are the building, wala pang fire dito, sinisindihan pa lang. So gaya ng example, sindihan nasa nahuli sa kanyang pag nasunog ang tools that is attempted. And the next stage of execution of estafa. So dito naman sa estafa, different stages ang theft. Ang estafa ay napagkuha ng property na may halong paglilinlang. So nalinlang ang tao para makuha ang property or pera. So there is what we call as the set of the damage. All the victims are present in the case consummated to of the set their paglilinlang. Pag sinabing damage, we're not talking is the physical damage na nasira, nabasag, o ibig sabihin nito ay damage sa estafa ay spent na gusto niya gamit na in the case of money, nagamit ng money, so nakuha ang money sa pagmagitan ng paglilinlang. At saka nagamit nito, this is already damage. There are two things of remember para masasabi natin na consummated. There is deceit and damage. It is frustrated when the money taker. Of course, merong deceit na din. So damage yet is not been spent yet. Hindi pa nagamit. So that frustrated, magsabi natin na attempted kung deceit lang, meron paglilinlang. Siya ka hindi pa nakuha ang pera. So kung may paninilang at nakuha ang pera, that is frustrated. Pero pag ang pera ay naggastos, it was already spent is already consummated. Thank you, sir, and God bless.